how certain it already is that the Gatot Kacha will go to the Rome position, because again the Tigreal and the Khalid were already taken out, and as I said, the Terizla could be a very valuable option here in terms.
Into the land of dawn we go, with Philippines starting at the blue side and the Cambodia side onto the red. Both of the jungles are going to be starting on the opposite end, with the Nolan ending in the EXP and the Lancelot ending in the gold.
I feel like there's going to be some sort of difference moving forward into this game depending on how the side lanes are going to be worked at, right? Because again, if you are CC, you're going to have somewhat of a faster wave clear here than Terizla in like the early portions of the game. But as soon as it reaches up until the mid to the later moments, I feel like the Terizla is really going to have a crucial point as to how she would be able to allocate those resources in this game. So Amores and the rest of the members of the Philippines are going to have to find a way to at least take advantage of like the early game scaling coming in from both the CC and the Nolan, so that they could give some space to Perez using the Melissa here, because that is going to be their main source of damage in the later portions of this matchup.
So right off the bat, it does seem like Cambodia have got quite a bit of lane priority. Excuse me. We've got a bit of lane priority considering the fact that it is an Aurora in the middle lane after all. And of course, with a Gatakacha, you kind of clear the waves very fast as well. So kind of gives and makes a lot of sense for Cambodia wanting to get themselves into the river as much as possible, kind of push El Puerto away. But if whether they're able to do that, that is going to be the main question. Because in the early stages of the game, do they have enough damage to be able to stop Philippines? You just need to ensure that Amores is able to land that rough waves on the right person, especially since it is a Lancelot, a little bit slippery, very hard to catch.
Yeah, as of this moment, the first turtle fight has already appeared, and it's going to be UEE taking a bit of a brunt of the damage there, but there are some fractures already utilized by Al Puerto as of the moment, as they will try to focus on getting the purple objective first, which gives some space for Cambodia to actually allocate most of their resources heading forward into taking this very first turtle of the game. Close as they are, I don't know if the Philippines are going to be contesting, but that's exactly what they're going to do. Taking out the Lancelot for the first blood. But meanwhile, it's going to be Nabi safely securing that one. UEE misses all of the Philippines in that Avatar of the Guardian and Vivero. And the rest of the members are going to try to put the pressure on that Gatot Kacha. Still not dying as of the moment, but Diagon finally takes her down. Amores Vivero still stays alive. 2 kills for the Philippines, but Cambodia gets the first turtle of this game.
Yeah, Cambodia starting off great. Looks like Amores wasn't able to find the right person to go for the kill. But hey, at least there's 1 kill, 1 assist. So 2-0. Philippines did manage to kind of like tally that out a little bit. So I wouldn't say that it's too big of a problem per se. Both teams are still pretty much neck and neck. And they are all just going to stay back. Just kind of play it for play for a long period. Unfortunately, because of the pride of eyes, Nabi is not going to go down that easily.
Yeah, at this point in time, it's just around 300 gold separating both of these two teams. There's really not a lot of activity so far, except for when the objectives are going to start to appear. So that is where most of the attacks are going to come from. And if you're the Philippines, you can't really play passive here. You have the Kadita, you have Amores. You can do a surprise attack towards one of the members of Cambodia, but Cambodia is also doing a really good job in taking care of themselves, checking the bush before they go in by unleashing some of those skills from UEE and Nabi, so that they won't be surprised with a strategy that the Philippines would pull off here. So both of the teams doing some minuscule things that could really result into a greater impact once they make it into really full effect. And as of the moment now, I feel like this is a certain attack that we're going to be looking for. The Philippines and Cambodia all of a sudden that's going to be a solo kill down bot as
Ooh.
it would be Paris going down, but then all of a sudden there's going to be a certain amount of attack. Nabi now caught in the crossfire. Diagon's going to be right there, but this time it's going to be Cambodia getting another turtle for their own. Nabi goes down into the hands of Diagon, and what a really good set coming in from Cambodia once again, closing in on the gap once more.
And just like that, 3-1, a little bit of 1-for-1 trade, but top lane Diagon, I don't think that is gonna go down that easily. But regardless, Cambodia, they have got quite a game in their hands at this point in time as we speak. Still got 90 seconds until the turtle eventually spawns. Let's take a look a little bit more about lane controls as well as, how they want to eventually play in their game, right? Because Cambodia, they are great when it comes down to 5v5.
Yep, but as of the moment, that is going to be a kill pretty quickly coming in from Diagon with the recalls as well. I am sure that she felt really good about herself in that one, considering that it was the ultimate and there was nobody else that got the extra amount of downpour here coming in from the yo-yos of the CC. But as of the moment, they are winning most of their lanes, and I feel like that is going to be crucial. But Cambodia is really doing a good job in terms of taking care of most of their third objectives. But Diagon, or Tegami if I should say, has to really be careful as of this moment, because again, she wasn't really practically sure, but the fracture has been evaded. Diagon's trying to chase him, and Diagon is going to be able to reach him, and that means Philippines gets another kill, and it might go to another one of those objective taken.
Tegami currently at level 10, while okay, El Puerto is also at level 10. That's not too big of a deal. While we do have a little bit of trade in the top and the bottom lane, a tier 1 turret, both teams is effectively trading against one another.
And now they're going to try to force that next main objective, which is going to be the turtle. As much as the Philippines is leading by only 700 gold, they still are trailing, but this might change depending on how that Nabi kill is going to impact this turtle take right here that we are going to be seeing from the Philippines. They are the first to take themselves into the turtle pit, but Cambodia has been taking those first two turrets, but that is about to change now as the Philippines finally secures a neutral objective for themselves and making a monster kill as well for Diagon. Really a hot start. This is the reason why I was pertaining to the CC and just having a huge impact in this game already showcased in the first 7 minutes.
T1 in the top lane and T1 in the mid lane taken down. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the end.
Still, the continuation of this fight, the penalty zone is going to be utilized here, but the only problem is that no Phantom Execution to be able to escape in that one, but that is going to be a 1-for-1 with Vivero going down together with Tegami. And as of this moment, the Philippines slowly chipping down on the defenses of Cambodia and also increasing the lead that they have. Amora swimming away from danger, and Cambodia somewhat struggling a little bit to contain most of their lanes as all of the outer turrets have already been brought down.
Oh man, Cambodia, they want to play 5v5. They just need to open the lanes, and in this case, actually, the fact that they managed to bring down the top lane and the bottom lane T1 is more than enough. From this point onwards, technically speaking, we're starting to see the power spike of Tegami just by a tad little bit. However, with Tegami only at 0:3, it might take a little bit longer. Maybe 10 minutes into the game, Tegami will get a little bit more farm and a little bit more damage that can really work very well for the team. Yui, on the other hand, 101. Pretty fair to say, that should be a decent amount of gold, close to 5,000, maybe 6,000 gold to the side of Yui already. So, it just takes more time. As long as Cambodia is able to isolate and single out these team fights effectively and try to go for a proper front to back, they should be able to do this no problem. But Vivero is a very tanky beast, and I'm not too sure whether Yui will have enough damage from the Stallion side in order to work that out.
Yeah, Vivero's doing a really good job in trying to sacrifice most of her HP just so the Philippines would have enough breathing room, and exactly that is going to be the example, right? Vivero's going to be taking the brunt of the damage. Unfortunately, she might not be able to escape because of that penalty zone, but she is actually going to be able to get out of that danger zone, as most of Cambodia's ultimates have finally been brought down. Now it's going to be Perez landing on towards that rough waves as well. Puerto right from the back, and everybody's going to take the brunt of the damage. Now it's UEE maybe up next, but that is not going to be the case. Tegami now unleashing that Thorned Rose. Diagon getting a bit more of that HP courtesy of the yo-yos she's been trying to pull here. Now Puerto again is going to try to target most of the members coming in from Cambodia, but Tegami again unleashing that Thorned Rose and the Phantom Execution combo. But that is going to be the end of the team fight. Good presence of mind coming from Cambodia. It could have went very well, for a lot of misclicks happened during that time.
There's too much difficulty for Tegami to actually catch out onto the no-lead. Unfortunately, Tegami has only one target, and the target happens to be Melissa. Now, Lancelot is especially good against the Melissa, and for a very good reason. In the meantime, bottom lane, Lord fight.
There is more fight actually happening, and with that being said, that is going to be a jungler going down in the Philippines. Gets the Lord Al Puerto only for the price of Al Puerto, and everybody else goes down for Cambodia. An immediate wipeout. The latest one, or the most recent respawn, is going to be at around 10 minutes or 10 seconds of gameplay. How will Cambodia be able to defend this?
Oh man. As much as I really want to see the Cambodia actually getting a point away from Philippines, but they have lost 4 members, and this inhibitor turret definitely will go over to the hands of Philippines. I don't think it is over just yet though. The T2 in the bottom lane is down, the T2 in the top lane is going to be the next one down from the side of the Lord, as is ready to come in and plunder and pillage everything that Cambodia absolutely wanted. We are just a few more seconds until the whole defense eventually disappears. Not that it's going to be a big deal or anything.
Yeah, but Perez is already dealing a serious ton of damage here. However, Vivero's going to be feeling it first. That is one of the Filipinas going down here, as Cambodia tries to go for a valiant effort in terms of defense, and they're going to be able to do that, but also with the assistance of the holy defenses that would be coming from the inhibitors. So Cambodia is still safe. They're going to be able to find their way back into this game, but Philippines already having the advantage in that middle lane inhibitor, and that's possibly something that they could work on moving forward into this game.
Fortunately, that it is just a middle lane inhibitor turret. It's not that difficult on a macro sense, but the only thing and the only problem about the middle lane inhibitor turret going down is that you cannot afford to lose all 5 members in one fell swoop, because that is just going to be the end game for the side of the Philippines. That's the great thing about middle lane inhibitor turret down. So Philippines may want to choose to go for that. If it happens to get all 5 men down, that's great, because that is actually the MO of Cambodia. They want to fight at 5.
Here it goes again. It's going to be UEE stuck in the crossfire again, using that Avatar of the Guardian defensively. Good thing it's still a minute before that Lord appears, because that would have been a really crucial ultimate to lose in this portion of the matchup, where, you know, objectives are going to be as important, and Cambodia trailing by 7k gold lead behind. As you take a look at the Philippines so far, just, you know, seemingly clear with what they want to do. Force the initiation first with Vivero using that glorious pathway, and then Perez is going to follow suit immediately, and the Mores would try to be that woman to find most of the players coming in from Cambodia, and it's going to be up to Diagon to just deal a ton of damage, given that she started off really strong with 6 kills, and she's 804 ever since.
So right now, Cambodia with a total of 6,000 gold deficit. Yui as well as Tegami, they need to have all the farm that they have gotten, and unfortunately I don't think that Tegami is that far ahead, or maybe have even much gold. I would think that it is fair to say that Tegami should probably have somewhere close to 7,000 to 8,000 gold, while Yui should be close to a 10,000 gold. That should allow Yui to be able to deal a pretty decent amount of damage over to the side of Vivero with the, there we go, the Divine Glaive, right? Because the Starlim Scythe plus the Divine Glaive, man oh man, would that be annoying to deal with.
Yeah, that's going to be the case here, but the Philippines are going to be forcing this one. It's going to be UEE taking it. The force field is going to be there for Perez already, but the penalties are going to be utilized as well. Diagon looking for something, but that is going to be El Puerto going down. Meanwhile, Diagon still right there utilizing the Vegets. It is going to be 2 heroes, 3 heroes going down for the side of the Philippines, and UEE is still alive. A lot of Cambodia's players are low, but they are able to make sure that they will stay long enough for them to secure it unless Diagon does something here, but it's gonna be Yui winning on that fight, and Perez is at the danger zone. Cambodia gets the Lord, and Yui is gonna try to find a way to continue in this fight, but Perez stays alive. She is the only one alive from the Philippines.
That is how big a divine glaive is gonna change the tides of the battle. Just from a single divine glaive, you can see that Yui went absolutely ham, and I gotta have to say, perfect play from the side of Cambodia, especially from the side of Yui. Played safe, does not have a trigger finger. She waited in the brush for the absolute timing because he knows that the number 1 threat is going to be El Puerto. The moment that the moment that the Harif appears, then El Puerto will just go straight in and go for the fracture combo. And Yui ensured that she don't appear that early. In fact, she will wait for El Puerto to enter. Then, only then, the Zaman Force goes down and most of the damage landed onto Nolan. That's how Yui got the kill.
A really good understanding of the game here for Cambodia because it really was a good initiation coming in from Yui, and not only that, Nabi was also able to take most of those stuns coming in from the rest of the set of skills that she possesses here, just to make sure that Cambodia is going to have the lead. And now the tides have turned. It is now turn for Cambodia to possibly destroy more of the inhibitors here coming from the Philippines, and the Philippines are doing their best to be able to defend this one. Good thing that the Lord isn't going to be able to break that one. But even so, it was already an inhibitor brought down by the rest of the Cambodians moving forward in. But Moshi and Diagon facing off right there. Not a lot of HP lost between those two, but I feel like now we are all tied up with an inhibitor lost per team.
I mean, we gotta have to look at things from a objective point of view, right? Cambodia is a team that wants to play team fight, and only in the later stages of the game we would be able to expect a little bit more on that, right? With the Avatar of the Guardian plus the Frigid Glacier, you can pretty much expect that anyone that wants to jump right in will be stopped right within of the tracks. As such, Vivero wanting to open things up with the Glorious Pathway will always be met with being frozen solid. It's not that easy after all. In the meantime, unfortunately, Cambodia haven't really been managing to find those assassination attempts from Tegami onto Perez, which is one of the main reasons why Philippines is still in the game. Cambodia, though, as long as they're able to deal with the front-to-back kind of synergy well enough, Yui should be able to stay alive long enough because he's got very tanky front lines. UEE as well as Moshi to be able to peel for himself and the team. And let's not forget, Nabi playing as the Aurora is also a form of peel as long as the Pride of Ice is available.
Yeah, it seems like Cambodia has gotten it all figured out, and Paris is somewhat struggling also to find the best position possible because the force field or the go away coming in from Paris doesn't really work with Yui's skill set, right? And especially Nabi's skill set too. So Paris is struggling to find her position in this specific game. So she's really trying to fight from a distance, landing HP bars towards Moshi as of this moment, and Moshi also taking note that she doesn't have an immortality here. Same goes with the other members, but for the side of the Philippines, they only have Vivero popping off the immortality as well. Not really happening as of the moment, but there's a lot of things happening here already. Vivero just trying to stun UEE, but the Lord is already cut off to at least 35% of its AP. Will they be able to do something about it, or will this be Cambodia's Lord to take once again? And that is going to be the case as Lancelot gets it in. Meanwhile, the fight is about to ensue once more. There goes Amores going down, and all of a sudden Vivero goes next. Diagon might just go up here. Depends on how this is going to go. Good stun coming in from Perez for them to stay alive. There goes the Rose Gold Meteor for El Puerto for them to be able to buy, but a good initiation coming in from Cambodia. They're just not letting up, and they're planning to continue this fight as Paris goes down. Monster kill for Yue, and all 5 members are still alive. There's a lot of things you need to worry about, including the Lord.
That's the peel that I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Cambodia went through all of their needs and wants, and they managed to bring it through over to the southern Philippines, and Southern Force is completely untethered.
Ooh, that's gonna be it for this game. We are going straight to a game number 3. Cambodia showing how it's